Exodus 1, aka Indigo Sky, aka Trigger Ranking. Um, Thank y'all for tapping in and coming in with me or whatever, wherever y'all coming from. Tell me what city, state, Providence y'all coming from, country. So, we're gonna react to most scandalous Los Angeles, y'all. Um, they got so many videos. I wanna do I wanna do the one where it says Suge Knight goes. We doing most scandalous Los Angeles TV. Y'all go check their channel out. We doing the part one. Suge Knight goes um, on Pierce Morgan to blame Reggie Wright about, I guess, the death of Reggie Wright and David Cameron.
Well. Good night's just been on Piers Morgan, and if y'all haven't heard it, you should listen to it. Because it's everything we've been saying about this for about 12 years. And now, it's real dangerous for Suge. It's real dangerous for Suge Knight right now. You know, Reggie Wright Sr. used to run the Twin Towers Correctional Facility for the sheriffs. So he has a lot of ties into the prison complex, the prison industrial complex. And that's Reggie Wright Sr. Reggie Wright Jr. just said, if I let you get out of prison, which was a veiled threat for Suge. It's a veiled threat for Suge, for sure.
Go take your beds.
What's up?
So you could come home.
Clements.
You don't want to die in here. You don't want to die in here.
Welcome back to Scandalous Los Angeles TV, where we expose the exposers. Day 3 of the Reggie versus Marion saga.
Oh yeah, I got a little giveaway, y'all. So the person who basically is my 3,000th subscriber, they get a special gift. They get a special gift.
And it's getting nastier by the minute. Simon has completely taken the gloves off after hearing Reggie speak on his mother. That hit a nerve. And since then, he's been on a mission. He's not just throwing shots online anymore. He's going on nationally televised talk shows, calling Reggie
Damn, son!
and implicating him in the murders of Tupac and Biggie. Just today, he sat down with Piers Morgan for a full hour. Piers kept asking about Diddy, but every time he did, Simon redirected the heat back to Reggie. He also shared a piece of unknown information about his former attorney, David Kenner. It looks like Simon isn't going to let him get off the hook that easy either. Before we get into it, I want to show you exactly what Reggie and John Down at Bomb first just did. Right here, you can see they hit me with a trike and got my video taken down. They claimed it was cyberbullying and accused me of violating YouTube's policy on unwanted sexualization. The notice says I posted content that describes someone in a lewd, degrading, and sexually explicit manner, and supports non-consensual sexual imagery. That's a serious accusation, and it's completely false. All I did was react to a video where Simon told Reggie that every girl Reggie had, he had first.
Damn.
I didn't say it. Simon said it. I just reacted to a public interview like everybody else. But this is what they do. Reggie once told me I had no subscribers and that I barely pulled 2,000 views. But the second I drop a video that gains traction, he and John start playing computer games. What's crazier than that is the fact that Reggie's YouTube channel is full of the exact kind of content he's trying to strike me for. The hypocrisy is insane.
It was 1996, and incredible to think it's nearly 30 years ago when he was shot and killed. You were alongside him in the car. Many people have...
Shit, next year, y'all, Tupac will be dead for 30 years. Next year, November, he'll be dead 30. God, damn, that's a long time. Tupac been dead 30 freaking years. Wow. You got rappers now that they don't even make it to 30.
Speculated since that Diddy ordered that death of Tupac. Is that your belief?
Well, first of all, I got a bullet still today, a 45 bullet that inched to my skull. You can look at my medical records and see the x-ray and see it's in my skull. They didn't remove it because they said if it would have went another inch, either I'd have been a vegetable or dead. Now, as far as what they say Puffy did and didn't do, this is the facts. The facts of the matter is this. It was a guy named Reggie Wright Jr. It's a guy named Reggie Wright Jr. It's a guy named Reggie Wright Jr. who was over security. He didn't work directly for Death Row, but he had a security company called Right Way Security, who did security for Death Row with off-duty police officers or guys with CCW. Everybody knows when we go to a fight in Vegas, we're gonna be at the Tyson fight, or we're gonna be at my club they call Club 662. You can go to that club, you'll see Mary J. Blige perform, Joyce perform, Tupac perform, Snoop and the Dogg Pound, Andre. I mean, unbelievable talent in one place. That night was gonna be Run DMC East Coast night. Reggie Wright Jr. told the security they can't carry firearms. Told the security they can't carry firearms.
So y'all tell me what security guard y'all know don't carry firearms? That's like going to a shootout with a knife in your hand. Who the hell got security? Bro, if I got security, you gonna have 2 blickies on them.
Bad thing about that, Pac hated Reggie Wright Jr., so he had fired him before any of that. I don't know the right date, but I'm quite sure it was. There's paperwork that shows it. But the crazy thing about that, it was a bodyguard named Frank Alexander. Pac hated Frank. He was cool at first, but towards the end, he hated Frank because Frank always wanted to get in the pictures with Tupac. And Tupac was very militant, so he was like, man, I don't want a bodyguard taking pictures with me. How's he watching my back if he getting himself in the pictures? So I hired a guy named Michael Moore and told him to bring another off-duty police officer because they kept their gun and they was real aggressive by protecting Tupac. So on the way to the fight, Reggie Wright Jr. tells Michael Moore he can't carry his weapon when he's doing bodyguard work for Tupac.
I've been to Club 662 on many occasions, and never have they told me to leave my weapon. Why would I leave my weapons in a vehicle or in a hotel room, and I'm personally guarding Pac in one of the most hottest places to be? I got into a loose argument with Reggie Wright at lunch over it. He said, Mike, I'm putting Frank back on, and I'm taking you back off. And I said, Reggie, that part doesn't make sense. Why not me and Frank on Tupac?
At 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the afternoon in Las Vegas, at the Luxor, security was all brought together by Reggie Wright on the day that Pac was shot. And we were told not to carry weapons, because we were all armed.
We were told specifically, do not carry your weapon.
And you find that kind of strange? Yeah, everybody had to go to buy it at the casino, and everybody thought it was strange. That's why we
So the night Pac get killed,
That's what we were told. Now, I
the
and the
night
media
Pac
was one
get
of the
killed,
few
they told
questions
him don't
asked
carry
by the
firearms.
Why would you tell us not to carry our weapons? I think the reason they removed me from Tupac is because I was one of the few people that wouldn't buy into not carrying your weapon.
It sounded like it was a
And
hit.
during no part of that day did I take my weapon off. And Mr. Wright knew that. And Mr. Wright knew that. And Mr. Wright knew that. So they removed me off Tupac so there wouldn't be a weapon there. So they removed me off Tupac so there wouldn't be a weapon there. When Reggie did that and I questioned it, Reggie did something that he's never done. He's never stayed at 662. That day, he stayed at the club. Then why would he meet me there? And why would I be taken off of Tupac?
Michael Moore said, well, I'm going back to the hotel. If I can't carry my gun, I can't take myself or Tupac, so I'm not going. So Reggie Wright Jr., who nicknamed that Pac gave him, Pork Butt, Pork Butt, Pork Butt. So Pork Butt goes and says, Frank, you can go, but you can't bring your gun. And everyone knows you can't be a bodyguard without a gun. So after the fight, we returned from the fight. Tupac got into another guy, it was a big fight. After that fight, after we stopped at a few places, we go to my house. I told Frank.
That's when he jumped on Orlando Anderson. They call him Baby Lane, but that's when he jumped on Orlando Anderson.
I told all the security, I told everyone. Pac just beat up a well-known gangman. Send 4 or 5 guys extra to the house to escort Tupac to the club. Reggie Wright Jr. refused to send the security guys, refused to show up. That wasn't a coincidence. It was a murder for hire hit. It was a murder for hire hit. It was a murder for hire hit. We was blocked in. It was more than one shooter. Only person know the truth, the real truth, is me and Tupac. He's not there to tell it. Only person knows is myself. But Reggie Wright Jr.
So I wonder what Keefe D actually knows. Like, was Keefe D capping about everything he knows, or does Keefe D actually know more about? Because Keefe D done wrote books, done been in documentaries, all kind of like different spectrums of the whole unaliving of Tupac. And right now he's in. I think he's in jail in Las Vegas. I guess we're waiting on this trial. They say that Puffy name was called in this trial. Like, basically his name is in the paperwork. So, but that's Keefe D running his mouth talking about, and really right now, Diddy is in the clear right now. Diddy coming home.
Reggie Wright Jr. tried to change the whole story of the narrative, what actually happened, and he was not there, and he was not there, and he was not there. During that situation, Snoop, who everyone knew at the time, wanted Tupac dead.
That's crazy.
Now, 5 guys, you can take as many mixes as you want.
Snoop had a meeting with Daz, Corrupt, Nate Dogg, the Dog Pound. Said, we're not going to Vegas. This is their words, not mine. We're not going to Vegas because basically something's going to happen. Somebody's going to get killed, right? So Corrupt tells us.
It's crazy because for him to say that, he probably knew something was actually going to happen that night. Like, for him to say, we're not going to LA, bro. I mean, we're not going to Las Vegas.
Story?
Out of curiosity, man, since you was a part of, Dog Pound and you was a part of, Snoop team,
How did you find out that Tupac got shot in Vegas?
I was in the Bay with D-Shot, and it came on the news because Dog said we're not going to Vegas. You know, we're gonna post. So, you know, he called us to the house and was basically like, look, this is what we doing. DPG, we ain't going to Vegas. We gonna post.
Dad tells the story.
Snoop and Suge worked it out at one point.
Yeah, but we didn't. Snoop used to say, man, keep their ass back. Keep their ass back. I'm like, fuck that shit. I could have jumped out on his ass in Vegas, but, you know, it was killing me. But Snoop was like, hold on, don't fuck this up.
Warren G tells the story.
So he never went to Vegas?
He never went to Vegas. He didn't go off top. So we watched the fight. We doing everything, watching the fight, having a good time. We was hanging out, you know, some females and shit around. They was hanging out, everybody killing and just having a good time, you know, just. And then he got a, you know, just like a gang of homegirls, and then it's like, then he had this the next tail back. You remember the motherfucker?
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of next tail he had, but he had the motherfucker could go that whatever it was hitting him all the way from what was going on from Vegas. So they was like, we could hear the shit, and then he started getting caught. And this is Drink Champs interview. So this is all of this is documented. Like this shit documented, bro. Like all the shit, and they was telling him that Tupac got shot and da. So Snoop, I kicked everybody out. Get the fuck out of here, everybody. Get out of here. And then he took off. That's when he went to Vegas. By the way, that's Warren G talking on Drink Champs, y'all.
Now, what Dad says, when Snoop said that after, damn, we can't go to Vegas, we was gonna get those niggas. They already gonna get got, basically. Corrupt tells the story and says, once he tells everybody they can't go to the fight and can't go to Vegas, turns around, Nate Dogg says, I'm gonna go to Vegas. Just because I'm going to Vegas, I'm gonna be around basically me and Pop. He said, as long as I ain't around them.
Nate Dogg went though. He was like, I'm going. And he went out there to go have a good time. He's like, I ain't gotta be around all that going on with them. I'm gonna go by myself and do my own thing.
I don't have to worry about getting shot or getting a spray bullet. That lets you know premeditated plan. Warren G says when the fight was going on, he was watching at his house. Snoop came over to watch the fight. Snoop had a walkie-talkie. These walkie-talkies, he only got this walkie-talkie that I bought for security and a principal that security doing security with. And they worked on all the West Coast. So if you're an artist and you go into the mall or you go somewhere, they have a walkie-talkie, security have a walkie-talkie. If you're not going to an event with any of the security details, you don't have a walkie-talkie. Because I didn't buy that many because I wanted to be exclusive. They had them out who was needed. Are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, so Snoop comes in, according to Warren G, and he got this big walkie-talkie. They start hearing the gunshots. When we getting shot, Snoop listening to it in real time. Pow, 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 all over the radio.
So I'm trying to figure out. They had to fall back off of them as far as the security detail. They had to because they should have had security in front of them and behind them. Yeah, they fell back on that security detail.
That's when he tell them, hey, I gotta go. They just killed Tupac and shot Suge. How would you know? Nobody said that on the radio, you just heard the shots. Now, Reggie Wright Jr. and Michael Moore in the car. They be on the radio. And they say, hey, got him. Another guy gets on the radio. They say they think he's a white guy or lawyer. And they say, hey, Don't talk on the walkie-talkies on the radio. Don't talk on the air.
While I was working at 662, I heard something over the Nextels that we all carry for security. And what I heard was, got him, got him, got him. Then someone else came on the radio and said, hey, don't say nothing over the radio, which was the Nextels we were using radio.
Somebody to get on that radio and say, don't say nothing on the radio, that actually means that it sounds more like it's a hit than anything, bro. Like, it really does. It sounds like it's a definite hit now.
And I just clearly heard somebody say, don't say that over the radio. But the person who said it was not Homeboy Security, nor was it one of our security guards. It was, to me, it would be like a stranger. And the person that said that was Caucasian, definitely not African American.
Right? So, to move things forward, maybe, I don't know if it was 6 months or however it was, since I've been in this prison right here. Somebody played that for me with Michael Morstead. So when I know the attorney David Kenner always says, you can be on your cell phone and people be talking like, hey, I'm talking on your cell phone. Somebody listening, they recorded and you can't do that. They're listening to you. So I know that's the saying. So jokingly, I told David, I said, hey, was that you on the walkie-talkie? Because that's your line, don't talk on the phone. But now you're the one saying don't talk on the walkie-talkie. So, that being said, David Kenner goes and says, sure, I never had a walkie-talkie. I would never have a walkie-talkie. Would not need one for it. Never. So I'm saying, wow, he's so big out of shape, but I was joking about it, right? I said, you never had a walkie-talkie? He said, that's not me talking on a walkie-talkie. I never said he was talking on a walkie-talkie.
So you really told him himself.
Didn't think that much about it. So Kenner had sent some of my boxes and files to another attorney. Another attorney got it, right? At the time, he wanted the boxes back. That didn't make sense. So when we discovered a walkie-talkie in the boxes, you know, nobody puts something in the box that they go through the exact same way. So the walkie-talkie, my guess, probably was in one box. When they looked at everything and read through everything, and it was asking me about this walkie-talkie, they put it in another box. Kenner, a guy named Steve that worked for Kenner, went and grabbed the boxes from another lawyer he had. Went and stole the wrong boxes that the walkie-talkie was in, but we still got the walkie-talkie. I said, send me a picture of it. So on my tablet, they send photos, so they sent me a photo of the walkie-talkie. It blew me away. One part of me, it made my blood boil. Another part of me, I just seen Tupac face flash off in my mind. I see these motherfuckers involved with assassination. So I tell Kenner about it. I said, David Kenner, you said you didn't have a walkie-talkie. Now you had one. Now you had one. Now you had one. So after that, our relationship after 30-some years went cold. He went and told the judges. He started trying to come off my case. He tried to sabotage my case. He did, and everything I'm telling you about is the proof.
For anyone wondering why David Kenner suddenly withdrew from Simon's case, according to Simon, it's because he confronted Kenner about allegedly possessing one of the Nextel radios that Simon's security team used the night Tupac was murdered. Simon claims that when he confronted David Kenner about having one of the walkie-talkies used by his security team the night of Tupac's murder, Kenner initially denied having any reason to possess one. However, according to Simon, they later discovered that Kenner did, in fact, have a walkie-talkie. Simon believes this confrontation is what led Kenner to attempt to withdraw from the case. He also noted that it was ironic because Michael Moore recalled hearing someone say over the radio, "Don't say anything over the radio." a phrase that Marion says was one of Kenner's favorites.
So ultimately, sure, look, it's fascinating stuff, because I remember this all happening in real time. It's fascinating to hear you talk it all through in this way. It's like it's a murder mystery episode. But ultimately, I've got two questions.
Yeah, this shit like a murder mystery, dog. This shit. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I would love to sit down and talk to Suge Knight. Like, just ask him, you know what I'm saying, about how he started his business. I mean, I want to ask him I got a lot of questions for Suge Knight, man.
Do you believe Diddy had anything to do with it? Because it sounds to me like you're more convinced that Snoop Dogg had more to do with it. Was Diddy involved at all, do you think? And if it wasn't him, then who do you think ultimately ordered that hit?
Well, this is the thing. This is what I do know. I know TPD, who I've been knowing just a little Pop Warner football. TPD says that Puffy and them approached them and gave them money. TPD says if he go to prison for, this is his words, TPD says if he go to prison for the Tupac murder, Reggie White Jr. gonna go to prison for Biggie's murder. So all these things going back and forth. You know, who knows what? Absolutely what. What we do know, money was paid out. What we do know, according to these guys, to the police, not the police that actually doing the investigation, the cricket cops. You gotta remember.
Did you ever ask Diddy directly if he'd been involved?
Well, that question would be no. Since all this happened, I never had a situation to have a conversation with Puffy. Majority of the time Puffy see me, he going out the back door or going down the street somewhere. Only time that I ever had a conversation with Puffy that wasn't even a real conversation, I was at the Roosevelt Hotel having dinner. Somebody came over to my table and said, Prince, I want you to come watch this show right now. I said, Prince performing? I said, yeah. And Prince a real gangster. Prince, he likes the bullshit. So I go in and they set me at a table with Puffy, Nas, two other people. Prince playing his guitar, he walked to the table and looked at me, looked at Puffy and started laughing. You can tell he planned the whole thing.
Damn.
Then see, I know. I lean over and tell Puffy a few words. People get out, and they come.
Hey, this nigga Prince was
Welcome back to Scandalous Los Angeles TV, where we expose the exposers. Today we'll be looking at CS2 Back's new recruit, Rodze the Rat. Rodze took to Clubhouse the other day and attempted to turn Spider-Loc on Big U. Rodze signed a big deal with the federal informant, WAC 100.
Oh, also, Charlene Rodze.
I'm gonna watch this WAC 100, but yeah, bro, it was like they say Prince was petty with that shit.
It actually tastes like the fruit on the can. Real fruit.
This nigga said Prince call all of them to the table. Prince go to the table, look at Suge Knight, look at Puffy and bust out laughing. That nigga Prince was a real one though.
Scandalous Los Angeles TV, where we expose the exposers. The BB gun bully CS2 Back has been getting trampled on lately. Today, Diamond Blue was invited onto Demon Time's panel to show everyone the truth about Porky's time in prison. Porky has been lying to the world for years, saying that he walked 9 penitentiary yards, and that he was the first minor in the California prison system.
Okay, now you were charged as an adult? Were you like the first minor?
This man shot somebody with a BB gun and said he walked 9 yards, bro. Like, I don't know, nobody shot nobody with a BB gun walk 9 yards, bro. I don't know, bro. But I'm just like...
The California, state prison system? Usually what they would do, they would send you to YTS, to the Youth Authority, until you aged up to 18, and then they would send you. The prison bus came to Central Juvenile Hall. pulled in the Central Juvenile Hall.
This man done lied about Spider Loke and all of them, bro.
LA County Jail and picked me up from Central Juvenile Hall and took me straight to Delano State Penitentiary.
Well, today we'll get to see the documents that prove Porky to be a liar.
See, the whole thing with this weirdo, he tried to do all that screaming and hollering and overtalk everybody and all of that. But see, truth is in the motherfucking paperwork. This is the archives, his archives right here. You see what I'm saying? And they tell you exactly where this nigga been, what prisons he been to and everything, exactly how much time he did. You see what I'm saying? All them old fraudulent ass lies, all them old fraudulent ass lies.
So by the time I left there, I hit Soledad. And Soledad was really, that was the birth. That was the birth of CK White.
So he got beat down every
when
day.
I hit that yard. Violence. Called attempted murder. I went to youth authority for attempted murder. Beat it.
Yeah. I'm just making sure everybody get, you know what I'm saying, get a chance.
Oh, yeah. Give him a chance to read it.
It's got the numbers and everything, so people can do their due diligences.
Yeah, you can contact them and get it yourself. They'll give it to you.
They're running the real paperwork.
Now, you see right here, look, let me show you. The first one,
Real
it
deal
was admitted
paperwork.
offender with new AOJ. That's adult offender juvenile. Okay?
So this is your first entrance into the system.
That's your first entrance into the system. He went to North Kern State Prison, NKSP.
Not Delano.
Because see, he likes to play games. So you gotta understand, North Kern State Prison is Delano, okay? That's old Delano. They have a new Delano, which is a level 4.
Oh.
Okay? He'll try to say, I went to Delano to make you think he's been a higher level than you.
Oh, okay. Now I see what's going on.
He was at
So like he said, okay, so he said they changed the other name to Delano of North Kern State Prison, but it wasn't Delano when he got there. It was actually North State Kern Prison. But they got another Delano that's level 4, where like the boogeyman is in level 4.
Right. Then the next prison he went to was SADF, Substance Abuse Treatment Facility, which is the level 2. Okay?
They got some shit out there where they got niggas like El Chapo and all them folks, bro. They got like Malachi York, all them niggas out there, like, you know what I'm saying? They got them folks. That shit underground, bro. Like I don't think they ever had a inmate escape, bro. It's called Supermax. I forget the name of it.
That's where he paroled from. He didn't go to 9 prisons like he alleges, okay? He got paroled. If you see, he got the prison on 131.95. He paroled 4/1/98. He got paroled. If you see, he got the prison on 131.95. He paroled 4/1/98. 95 to 98 is 3 years. I don't give a fuck what kind of arithmetic you try to use with it.
Damn.
I've been up all night. Sleep regression is hard. I don't know. He'd sleep through a grave. His dad.
Use with it.
You get out in 99. Shouldn't I still locked up?
Still locked up.
You're 19 years old? You get out?
Yeah, I'm like 19.
Okay.
You guys, this is the way DJ Vlad places a person in front of a camera and puts them in a blender. He just asked Porky if he was 19 years old when he got out of jail in 1999. If Porky did 6 years in prison.
Okay, we gotta run that back, y'all. We definitely gotta run that little piece back.
This is a person in front of a camera and puts them in a blender.
Put that nigga in a blender.
He just asked Porky if he was 19 years old when he got out of jail in 1999. If Porky did 6 years in prison, and he was the youngest person in the California prison system at 16 years old, then he would have been about 21 or 22 years old when he got out. Vlad is asking him that because Vlad already knew Porky had been lying to the people.
What do you do with yourself about that? Here you are, you're in prison for how many years now? Three?
I did like
3-4 years?
I did 6 years.
6 years, sorry.
As you can see,
This nigga lying,
Vlad just
bro.
put Porky's card in
Why
front of
you
the world.
lying?
This was his way of letting Porky
Why the
know that
fuck
he
you
knew.
lying?
He still let Porky get away with saying he was 19 years old in 1999, and he did 6 years in prison.
And it's crazy because Vlad is actually very smart and like, bro, he cunning with that shit because he asked these questions, but you could blatantly tell like the man is lying, bro. So it's like, and then he didn't even check him on his lies. He just let the nigga just keep lying and shit. That's crazy.
I also might add this small thought. If Porky was born in 1977, how was he 19 in 1999? And why did Porky agree with Vlad when he said that? Whatever the case is, Vlad knew that Porky wasn't in the joint for 6 years.
Okay? But this is the kind of fraudulent dude that is out here on this internet trying to, you know what I'm saying, pretend to be somebody and something that he's not. You see what I'm saying? Go to the next one. It say return from parole. Re-entry.
Damn, son.
The county jail. He never went back to the prison. You see what I'm saying? He was in the county jail from 6/2 to 7/25 of 98. Okay? He returned to parole. Then, 3 days after Christmas in 1998, same year, he got another violation. Returned from parole. Re-entry 3. He went to the county jail. This time they gave him 9 months. So guess what? He ended up going to Chuckawalla Valley State Prison, another level 2.
Yeah, I hit Soledad. And Soledad was really, that was the birth. That was the birth of CKY.
You see what I'm saying? He was returned to parole. Then he discharged on 2/25/2002 from Region 3. Discharged from sentence. Okay? All that talk about he was in there for all this shooting and attempted murders and all of this shit. This motherfucker got one charge of 245 PC A2, okay? Which is assault with a firearm, okay? That's the BB gun. That's the BB gun. That's the BB gun.
It was a BB gun?
It was a BB gun, homie.
I caught my first case at 12 out of ADW 9-5. I shot a man in the face 32 times with a CO2 pellet gun.
Oh, damn. So he came to act like he was really doing something. Why is you walking around with a BB gun in the first place?
Man, this nigga's a hoe, man. You know what I'm saying? This nigga the
Damn, son.
fake ass image that he put up here on the internet. You know what I'm saying? And bullshit,
bro.
So I wonder what he gonna have to say about this. I need to get Big Chuck back up here.
And you can do what you want with it. I just wanted to show you, you know what I'm saying? I come with my facts, bro. I don't play no games. I don't play no games. And see, one thing I guarantee you, that nigga knows. He knows. I'm not no nigga to be played with. Yeah, he can sit up and play them games and talk that shit all he wants, but at the end of the day, brother, I promise you I'm not one to be played with. You know what I'm saying? You can do your history lesson. You know what I'm saying? They'll been there asking about me.
Nah, tell them who you is, man, so they know some of this shit, man.
Hey, homie, just all they need to know, diamonds last forever, man.
Damn.
Alright, but I appreciate this, man, because all that talking, motherfucker can't really even, can't do no.
Hey, that nigga soft as medicated cotton and 10 times fluffier, bro.
Look, I can't wait, and I'm gonna run these. I'm gonna have my people run these shit so he can't say this. You got everything we need right here.
Exactly. And they tell you how to get it again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Nah, I appreciate that.
Damn, son.
Because ain't really nothing to say. Like you said, he gonna do all that yelling and all that over talking. That's why I be kicking him and booting him, because it's like you don't be wanting people to get out what you know you don't want people to hear. So you over talk, you deflect, you switch the topic, you move the goalposts, all that shit he be doing. I already
Exactly. And see, I'm gonna tell you what he's really scared of is the fact that you got all them recordings that you got. You see what I'm saying? So he gonna try to play nice a little bit with you, because he don't want all that shit to come out. You know what I'm saying? But we sitting back patiently, we just waiting, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie, I want to hear all of it. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear all of it.
No, man. Yeah, they keep playing with me. Y'all definitely gonna hear all of it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, the cool thing about it, if you look at their whole crew, all of them dudes are rejects. All of them dudes are rejects. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah,
Loose Cannon's a reject. 600's a reject. Wack is a reject. That nigga couldn't even go to his hood in the valley, bro, without paying a nigga. That nigga was paying that nigga Chicken Mike, nigga, every week.
Damn, son.
To escort him to his hood.
That nigga said he could go to his own hood, man.
I talked to Chicken Mike. You know what I'm saying? That nigga's a hoe, man. The truth don't come out though.
No, it's coming out, and see, and one thing that they hate is that my voice is getting big enough to where it's like people like you can hear my voice and then be like, hey, no, you know what? Tell him this, or you know, you can get a context that I don't know. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what I think. That's what they getting scared of. They like, hold on, money getting out there too little too much. He bumping into, you know what I'm saying? He bumping into Diamond. He bumping into this person. He talking to I told Mark. He talking to this person and that person. So it's just the more that I feel like what's going on get heard, the more that motherfuckers is gonna tap in more and more, and the story gonna get put together. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of motherfuckers that got information about it. You know what I mean? And know what's really going on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I appreciate you, brother. For real, man. You already know, man. Anytime, man, you know what I'm saying? Just let me know. I'm gonna put
you already know. Hey, man, the best is yet to come, bro. Best is yet to come. You know what I'm saying?
Stay tuned, y'all. Because like Diamond said, the best is yet to come.
He don't want a motherfucker to hear the real. He don't want the public to hear the real. Because the nigga's a fraud. A fake and a fraud and a part-time fraud. That's why the nigga gets finger banged in his ass, laying on his stomach. You see what I'm saying?
Damn.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, it's his job.
It'll be them.
To keep the power on. That's why he chooses Grainger for professional grade products and next day delivery, so he can rise to every
come on with these damn commercials.
Or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
God damn. We'll play that one. Shit, fuck it.
Well, it's very out of the ordinary for there to be an oncoming RICO and for so much of it to already be being discussed on social media and on podcasts.
Who was doing that?
When does that happen? You and 600.
Welcome back to Scandalous Los Angeles TV, where we expose the exposers.
So what happened?
Today, we're taking a closer look at the character of CS2 Back, and we're going to take a trip down memory lane to do so. We'll revisit a few classic Clubhouse recordings, but this time, I'll be adding a little commentary to put some paint where it ain't. We've studied Porky and his ways, the same way the oppressor has studied us as a people. Because of that, we can clearly recognize when Porky is working with someone, like he does with SBGB TV, versus when he's working against someone, like he does with us. We're going to start at the very beginning, before Porky launched his slander campaign against Deuce. Back when Porky was still trying to recruit Deuce to his side, offering him the world on a silver platter. This is Porky doing his best impression of Alonzo from Training Day. I'm convinced this is exactly why Greg Kading changed his name to Alonzo Zoe Scott in the movie. What you're about to hear will show you exactly how Porky acts when he's attempting to befriend you.
Right? I FaceTime it. I said, it's daytime you at, right? Corey, watch this. I'm 12 hours ahead of you. It's nighttime, Wombat Life. You see the language on that wall?
That's German. I'm not even in the United States to know what the fuck is going on now. You would like me to reach out to my brother to see what's going on as a homie, I do that. Right? You know what I'm saying? Over.
Stop the cap. No voice.
Time with me and this nigga speaking back and forth, arguing back and forth. I've grown to know him and respect his character as a man first and foremost. He just happened to be a homie. Just like Rob. Rob a Crip. I just like his character. So I fuck with him. Rob know he can pull up on me, go to sleep at my spot, ain't nothing gonna happen.
Stop the cap. No voice.
Other gang banging, go to the military, go to the police academy, go to the military, go to the police academy, go to the military, go to the police academy.
These are the trying to prove it to his way of thinking. Forget telling the kids to be doctors or lawyers. For some reason, Porky's dream is to see them join the...
So kids out there, the people who raising kids, man, let y'all kids be anything but the police, bro. For real, bro.
Police Academy.
You telling them kids 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 years old who don't have a felony.
Right.
Stay in the hood. Push the hood. Do the things the hood doing. But the minute somebody like me tell them, go to the police academy, you tell them they a snitch. Mm-hmm. You tell them they ain't no good, they can't come back. The minute I tell them, go to the military, mm-hmm. right? Oh, you's a buster, you ain't this, you ain't about that life. See, if we get enough of our people
right,
going to the police academy or going to the military, coming back out of the military and maybe entering law enforcement, if you're not in the game, you're 18, 21, you ain't got no felonies, I advise you, so we can have our people on our side, go to the military or go and listen to the police academy.
This is the gospel Porky preaches when he's interviewing potential recruits for WAC 100 Enterprises. And sure enough, those who sign up soon start echoing the exact same sentiments.
A military background or a law enforcement background, going into different careers, okay? So, recommend this.
It's like, it's crazy because it's like they sound alike. They sound very similar. They sound like they have conversations with each other because their speaking points, the things that they hit on, the projection of, you know, how they think is similar. So Wack be talking all this gangster shit, and then this dude is your homeboy. Y'all seem like y'all the police, bruh. I think y'all might be the police, my nigga. Like,
in the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories.
Are we pleased to try to help you or point you in the right direction if you want to be in law enforcement?
Go do what it is that you need to do for you and yours, man, because that's the only way we're going to get ahead. We ain't got ahead doing it the street way. All we got is a bunch of stories of who our uncles used to be, how much dope they used to sell, and how much time they got right now, or how long they've been in the grave.
but guess what? You got to tell those stories to get to the good part of life. So it's just like the yin and the yang. It's like where there's good, there's evil. Or where there's less, there's more. So you got to go through something to get to where you at. So us as a people, that is our story. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep telling those stories. If we forget about those stories, the future will definitely keep going back and back and back. You see what I'm saying? So like,
today, that's all we got. So at some point in time, somebody got to set a motherfucking example. And look, bro, set that aside from that. Don't mix that with that. And go handle your business as a man. Yeah, real shit. We all get that gang name all our life. But when the fuck you gonna give that birth name a shot? See that gang name, what? I gave that man years. When I started giving Cash Jones a shot at moving, how he's supposed to move as a man, I started winning, bro.
Hey, Wack, I told you I'm Eminem for Brim, right? But when I introduce myself, what does my PTR say? Levante, right? Because that's where I'm at. Like, I understand everything you did. I understand your genius, your marketing, so ingenious. I understand everything, your business. But at some point, and I understand everything with the game, it's fucked up. We know this what we signed up for, Wack. And you're right, at some point as a man, you gotta stand on your own. You know, and compromise your integrity.
But see, this is what I'm saying, all right? Hey, bro, listen to Lamont. It's real.
That's
shit.
exactly.
My first $1 million, right? I swear to God, my first $1 million in life, I spent fighting cases, burying niggas, you know, making our street investments, taking wins and losses. This real shit, right? My first $1 million in my life. My first $1 million I received in a wire came from a gay Jewish guy.
Have you noticed how cordial Porky is with Deuce during this conversation? Pay close attention to that.
So you say it was from a gay Jewish guy.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
It shows exactly how Porky operates when he's working with someone or trying to bring them into his circle.
So was I supposed to say, nah, don't whack from Park Walk gangster. I can't see that wire and do that business. Fuck that. Well, I'm just trying to, because our rules say we ain't supposed to deal with homosexuals, right? We're not supposed to we're not supposed to, bro, listen, I'm telling you this, and I want you to hear this shit. And I hopefully one day you won't hear my voice ringing out of your mind when you're in a bad situation. Mine say, look, bro.
Here comes Alonzo, y'all.
You sound like you're very intelligent. You a stand-up and you got what it takes to move the way you want to move. Everybody can't do that. Some just take orders and get told what to do, and that's just their destiny. Yeah. Some just the wolf. To protect the sheep, you gotta catch the wolf.
Stop the cap. No voice.
Stop the cap, nigga. Yeah, stop the cap, nigga.
And if you watch all these gangster movies that we fucking praise, and if you watch all these gangster movies that we fucking praise.
Porky just said if you look at all the old gangster movies that we praise. Tell me what you guys think Porky is gonna say next about these gangster movies. What point about these movies is he gonna point out? Remember, this is him trying to recruit and groom Deuce. Listen to what Porky says stood out to him in these movies. And then ask yourself, what is Porky really trying to say?
Every last one of these motherfuckers made up their own rules when they wanted to. They fit the police on their enemies. They fit the police on their enemies. They fit the police on their enemies. This is crazy out there. It's real shit. Yo, we go on police on payroll. Yo, go over to the rescue. They running this shit over here. Every last one of these movies, these gangster movies.
Damn, son.
They wanted to do it when they wanted to do it. Why? Because they was the powers that be.
So what Porky gathered from the old mobster movies is that they sent the police at their enemies. What in the hell did that have to do with the conversation? He started off by telling Deuce he was a wolf, and that he could move the way he wanted to move. Then he went into gangster movies, and said they sent the cops at their enemies. This is how Porky grooms his 100 EBT members. This is how he prepares them to accept working with the feds and sending the police at his enemies.
Mine say real shit. I don't know what you got going on in your life. Give that birth name a chance. That mind that was being molded in school, that motherfucker, let that right and wrong start guiding, brother. And I guarantee you'll start winning. And if it's anything, like any friend, that you think the Cash Jones, aka Wack, the Damu, that's associated with that same flag you got to help you with, then reach out to me. And I help I get over around that motherfucker, under that motherfucker.
So you just heard how friendly Porky used to be. That's the kind of conversation he'll have when there's no tension. When he still thinks you're buying what he's selling. But the moment he realizes you see through the act, this is how he switches up.
Wack, you first of all, why you lied to me yesterday? He's talking
Who the
about
fuck is that?
in my people. Do senior.
Senior people what? Who's your people?
Who is that whack dude from the crew that I asked you about yesterday? Was that you, Bree?
Whack just opened his first room up today.
Nah, that wasn't the murder.
Fuck you talking about?
The murder.
Yeah, what up?
What happened? What happened?
I don't know that dude. Who was that? And you was arguing with the other morning.
You didn't get a DM from what? I thought you had got a DM from.
I don't even know who this is, bro. You know exactly who I am. The people was arguing with the other morning. You talking about you was not saying what I'm not doing no more, Lamont. He's allowing new niggas to use the fake argument.
Fake argument? The nigga was on his stage like I told you.
Slow down, Deuce, in what stage? I ain't been on.
Now you ain't been a ring and shoot the fade with the fucking Deuce Sims. What you said?
Me?
Yeah, when you was in there and you told me you didn't want my man.
Lamont, you must be talking about Snow.
Nah, he was talking to you.
Talking to you.
He wasn't talking to me, bro.
I'll fight him.
Bro, hold on. Wait. You said it's retarded. When he heard I'll fight him. Hold on. Hey, when he heard I'll fight him, hold on. When he heard I'll fight him, that's no, that wasn't me. What are you talking about?
This whole situation was a blow to Porky's ego. Long story short, back then, he pulled one of his usual janky promoter moves and stepped on Deuce's toes while Deuce was trying to lock in a fight deal for Crip Mac. Because of that, Deuce called Porky out for the fade. Now you're hearing Porky act clueless, like he doesn't know what's going on. But make no mistake, he's scrambling, doing everything he can to wiggle his way out. You already heard Deuce tell him to stop playing dumb. I want you to pay close attention so you can hear the level that Porky takes this to. This will show you how Porky acts when he is truly against you.
Yo, you said when I said.
Who you been talking about fighting, Lamont?
Fucking say. You. Rubbity back.
Oh, you want to fight me?
Man, come on.
Yo,
man.
come on with the dudes trying to spin the narrative.
Bro.
Come on, man. You always doing that.
Wait, hold on, bro.
I just want to know. Supposed to fade.
Wait, hold on, bro. You said you wanted to get out with Snow over. I don't know why you want to fight.
I told Snow said I'm a bitch. Lamonte used a bitch. I said, okay, keep that same energy. When you get there, pull up, right? That's what I told him. The homies already was on him. So that was he's a nothing, right?
Okay. Alright, shit, man. You the mic.
Right. So I'm like, first and foremost, you get into it with Stacks 280, talking about some Jersey paperwork shit. Now these Grape Streets asking like, what's up with this?
Wait, Lamonte.
You been doing that game, bullshit,
Hey, bro, you didn't been on my phone. Wait, Lamonte, I see what's going on.
Bro, you
didn't been on my phone. Hey, bro, you didn't been on my phone 10 times talking real nice. But, blood, if you want to get out with me, that's nothing.
All right, then we go.
Porky said if Deuce want to get down with him, it's nothing. This was years ago, so clearly it is something to Porky. After a simple head-up, him and Deuce's problem would have been resolved, and this whole situation would be over and done with. But instead of Porky doing that, I want you guys to hear what he does.
How about that? Here it is, then.
You've been on my phone talking.
That's what it is.
Me and you know right now.
That's what it is. And look, the baby looks on.
Now, listen.
They check it in. They check you for that bullshit you was on.
You don't break down unless you want to get out, bro. Period, point blank.
We can do that too. I'm gonna break on what I want to do.
Nobody else.
But Lamonte, hey, look, bro. I see what's going on.
Talking to him.
Hey, bro, look, I see what's going on.
Yeah, what's up, man?
You didn't been in my room 10 times
Listen, you want to get
in your mama.
We already said we're going to get our friend.
He don't run none no more, man. He come bring you right with him. So listen, what you say to my
Hey, what you say on?
Yeah, this going here pumping his there like J-Rock ain't knock you out, man. We was in the building, bro. You got knocked out, bro. You can lie
Bro,
on
ain't no, I'm not even entertaining that shit.
They say he got knocked out.
Lamonte, what you won't do, we back in the 100 show. I'm finna put the paperwork up on Lamonte.
You caught that, right? Porky just said he was going back to the 100 side, and that he was going to run the paperwork on Deuce, basically insinuating Deuce snitched on somebody. This is the kind of grimy behavior you catch when you really study Porky's character. Meanwhile, you've got Lieutenant Officer Love's boys online crying about the feds watching people who put targets on his back for calling him a rat.
About him trying to say Black 100 and 600 were working with the FBI, it was debunked by the FBI, saying that none of those individuals spoke us.
All right, y'all. A little spooky situation. I got pulled up by the feds. And, gave me a ticket, a warning. I don't even know the feds didn't pull you over like that. I thought it'd be like LAPD or Highway Patrol.
No bullshit, bro. Stop the cap.
The feds pull you over now. So what it is this.
Stop the cap.
When you antagonize their clients, when you're bothering their clients and stuff like that, you open up what they call a watch list. And when you become on their watch list, you're a threat for their clients. You know what I'm saying?
I identified active release techniques because I had a lot of soft tissue recordables within the first
threat for their clients. You know what I'm saying?
All while his idol, CS2 Back, has been doing the same thing unchecked for years. This shows you exactly how Porky moves when he's really against you. Now that we know Porky isn't afraid of putting fake rat jackets on people, let's see how he treats people who question him about these lies.
My wife, right? This is new guy. Tupac. Man, say anything. I've never seen a nigga this infatuated with a man that he don't know, right? So I said, all right, I'm coming there in a minute. So, I said, you in there? So I came in there. I said, all right, listen, I heard what you said. But my question to everybody in the room right now is who just got through this and this picture? Because this is a penitentiary picture that ain't supposed to be. This is a blood. Who you talking about right now? There's no picture like this. Who just got through you and this picture right here? You got grease on your face, rolled up in the bump. You look like a whole female. This ain't gangster. Okay, you didn't establish who popped. But this is real. Is that not true in the picture?
I don't know what's going on in Blood PTR. I have a screenshot and sent to my phone for me.
What you mean what's going on in the PTR?
Man, my shit.
Nigga in there nastiest?
Nah, hey, Rockstar.
Got baby oil on his face, beard gone, laying up in the bed like he's a homosexual on my roof.
This is how Porky speaks about you when he is truly against you. Have you guys ever heard him speak about DZ from SBGB TV this way? Nope. Instead, he calls into his show and gives him content, even though DZ speaks bad about him every day. Porky doesn't give you content when he hates you and has nothing on you. Instead, he'll avoid or scream over you, like we'll see in a minute.
I'm not gonna send it to me, Rockstar.
All the Crips take this.
Hey, ain't no bias. All the Crips.
No, I'm gonna tell you why.
Because if you
because it's white that's saying it, the blood goes side against me. I'm used to it. They weird like that. I'm just
No, they're not.
They weird like that. But if I got a picture of whack like that, they'd be all in the middle of the street.
Hey, what?
Weird ass thing.
I told Wack, it was from Rolling 60 saying, who's the
You about to roll back to another video. Same channel.
Minions.
Different
Sims
shit.
and Sprims. You know, he don't have no riders around him. I keep telling y'all, he only keeps rats and busters. But he uses stuff like he can want to sweep stuff under the rug.
Stop the cap.
No facts, bro. If they ain't proven rat, they're busted for messing with him because he's a rat. But check this out. His main minion, the Damu Keyway channel holder, whatever that says all the content for him, is a rat. Diamond from Bloodstone Dennis said he knocked him out, broke his jaw in 3 places. You know, 6 more years, bro. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. You know, we've been trying to figure out about why would he move all the way to Wisconsin. And now we understand why he never came back to the hood. We understand now, bro. He was a rat. Shout out Diamond for Bloodstone Business, homie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro, that's crazy, bro. Gotta do 6 more years, bro. Mutual combat. Bro, statements, bro. Against a Damu, against one of your homies. Same time. But, hey, that's one of the big you boys, man. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, exposure strike again.
8 hours later.
Hey, man. Congratulations, man. Congratulations, man. $2,000.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
It was a gift.
Welcome back to Scandalous Los Angeles TV, where we expose the exposers. In today's episode, we're revisiting that infamous $2,000 that was snatched right out of Porky's pockets. These clowns think we forgot about their greatest hits. But don't worry, we didn't. Now that Lucy is behind bars, Love's Boys finally gets to breathe, maybe even celebrate. Because let's be honest, after Love's Boys made Porky fumble that money, it looked like Lucy was on track to steal his spot as Porky's top exposer. But let's be real, it's only a matter of time before Porky flips on Love's Boys, just like he did with Lucy. Porky said he never forgot about that diss record Lucy did. And if you know Porky, you know damn well he hasn't forgot about the Crip Cop making him look like a fool, losing him $2,000. Porky holds grudges. Remember that.
Whack, but before, I got a question about that paperwork. Remember about let's get to that real quick. Let me ask you about that. Now, you said you didn't get played, right? I understand you got your money, you never lost no money.
No, I didn't say that. I said my team called me. They called me, Whack, we got woo. Okay, well, what's happening? What he got? Y'all know this nigga. What ain't went wrong is when I'm live. He in jail with the homies, such and such. Okay, cool, whatever you got, whatever. Here you go. We got a kitty over there anyway. So I ain't tripping. We got a kitty over there. You know, we do she make money here, make money there. We all throw the kitty in case like this come up. Right? So when I said I didn't really lose nothing, it just went back to the kitty.
All because of Love's Boys, Porky was forced to create a lie about having a kitty. LOL.
They probably sent it back to the kitty, that's off the no big deal. They slipped. One of the lie. You know what I'm saying? 600 claimed his homie was in there with him. I ain't questioning. I was at home sleep. So, no big deal. If I call with a nigga, I know the nigga. This is why I'm quick to say I don't know this. And I don't play that fake like we know each other because you didn't say a name or two. That's where he slipped.
So 600 lied to you?
Yeah, he said his homie, something named such and such was in there with him right there. So at that point in time, I'm figuring these little bit they want to do diligence, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying?
You just heard Porky admit that Love's Boys lied to him, which is the reason he actually believed the paperwork on Deuce was authentic. When the time is right, Porky is gonna make Love's Boys pay for that. Trust me.
And that's what it was. I listened to the talk to the guy and let me know what it is. What is it?
Why you want this? All right, cool. What we got over there? We got like 12,000 a little bullshit to do with for this type of. You think a lot of this paperwork is just giving it to us? You know, just yesterday we brought Lori Harvey. You know, just leave it over there. Just put it in there. We have to invest in. Somebody gonna want it. We ain't let Lori Harvey read the blog. Yo, I got a piece of 5,000. Cost us a stack yesterday. I'm gonna leave it right there, 5,000. Whack, let me see it. All right, here we go. So we got a kitty, you know. I sent it out. I trust me with the money. They trust me with the money.
Yeah,
they put the money back in the kitty.
You could have potentially lost more money. The type of nigga you is, right?
More nothing because whatever we all agreed to spend on that yesterday, they called yesterday wanted 2,500. But I said, yo, let me see what it is. Like, bro, we got, I give you 1,500 tops for this. I mean, I see it. You said it was Diddy, it ain't Diddy, it's the other nigga. I know his brothers in the tandem, but it's cool. Something pop up with Lori. We can go, bargain with. It's cool. So we paid it. Just put it over. It's over there. So if 600 needed, or whoever needed, or something pop up, yo, Whack, I gotta go over here, want to do this. We still got that piece here. What we split on? Man, we split a stack, 5,000. Whack, you want 35, that's 35. I'm gonna take the 35, that's the plus. We got a little kitty over here. We got a little kitty over here. We got a little kitty over here, bro. You know what I'm saying? That we, Luke ain't no broke. Luke only clean Airbnb. Bullshit. Luke get his money. 600 get his money. I get my money. So the little 12 racks we got over there, we started with.
Stop the count.
No this, flipping this, sitting this over here. A lot of y'all see on the blog. Some come from us. They pay for that.
Yeah, that's if they got money, then why they had to come to you for it? If they got money, then why they had to come to you for it?
Wait, that's what.
Bro, I got the kitty. Bro, I got the kitty. Bro, I got the kitty. It's like what the we got collectively we got 12,000 now. Right now it's 10 5.
And I interviewed that we did with and I interviewed I did with Jeezy with Deuce Sims. He was like, Loose Cannon didn't have no money, and I asked him, I was like, how do you know he don't got no money?
Loose got Airbnb. I got a bunch of Airbnbs. I know Loose got money. He ain't no broke. He's not broke. He that Airbnb. That's where he get his money at.
So basically, they saying Wax saying that Loose Cannon wasn't broke, but the craziest thing about it is Loose Cannon is in MDC in LA right now. When they brought him to the court and asked him, basically, are you going to get? Do you have a lawyer, or do you need to be appointed? He got a public pretender.
Loose ain't broke at all. He ain't never been broke though.
It's cap, dog.
Stop the cap.
Cap. It's definitely cap.
No voice.
Just definitely cap.
Yo, did he have any type of brain injury at one time?
A brain? No. He act like, bro. The nigga act like he got a brain injury, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. He act like he got a brain injury, man. The only reason I really could say that, bro, is because the stuff he did on No Jumper, nobody would have did. Like, bro, I do YouTube. I want to be big on YouTube and all that. That's cool. I would love that. But I'm not finna go up there and make up no shit and then, basically telling on myself to get big on YouTube. Bro, you in jail right now, dog. Like, help me make the shit make sense, big dog. Like,
you ain't never seen Loose Cannon Brother on YouTube? Google Loose Cannon Brother.
Yeah, I seen him on Street TV. He said Loose Cannon was a liar. Said he always lied.
I mean, they don't get along, so I don't know. They say he lying too, so I don't know. I know he tried to pay us to do a fake beat though. I know that. He tried to pay us $5,000 a year to do a fake beat.
So what happened with you in 600, or you told 600 if he don't get his records unsealed?
No, he sent all this. I said, send me all this so I can send it to the legal, bro, because these people keep asking about it. We don't argue about no motherfucking work. He sent me all this first, middle, last name, case number, everything. I sent it in to the legal. And matter of fact, you said, go right here, look. Watch this. You know, I don't play that shit. I don't discriminate with that shit.
No, I like it.
Watch this. Let me show you right now. I sent it in to the legal. And they own it.
Let it be known, to this day, Love's Boys and Porky still haven't produced the unsealed case file. But when the time is right, best believe Porky is gonna pull that card. He's just holding it in his back pocket, waiting to use it against Love's Boys. And when he does, it's gonna be ugly for Love's Boys.
They finna go pull the shit. Whatever it is, what the fuck is gonna be?
So y'all not beefing? Y'all not beefing now?
That ain't no beef. That man, any nigga beef with you over asking for some money. They asking him. What we beefing over? Yo, bro, these niggas.
I'm just asking questions.
Now I see it's some law in 2021 that said they gonna seal weed files, but I don't know if that's 21 owned or is it retro. Does it say we going back to 2005? I don't know. And these motherfuckers keep asking me about it. You ain't got no work on it. Nisha, did I not send it to the people? I said, the lady said she needs your first, middle name, last, date of birth, county.
Yep, I just got it right now.
Did I not send it to the people?
I'm about to put it in the Telegram right now.
Yeah, I don't play that shit.
Love's Boys' case is sealed, and Porky knows damn well he can't mail or email anything that would get it unsealed. The only one who can do that is Love's Boys himself. So when Porky was out here pretending he was clearing...
I said, the lady said she needs your first, middle name, last, date of birth, county.
Yep, I just got it right now.
Did I not send it to the people?
I'm about to put it in the Telegram right now.
Yeah, I don't play that shit. He didn't hesitate. Oh, let the motherfucking legal motherfucker. All that come out the kitty.
Are you guys tired of hearing about this chicken shit kitty yet?
Then we covered across out the kitty, my nigga. And I ain't no, you know, that ain't no argument. They asking them too. Well, I hear you. But what you saying is shit for these people. So nigga, let these people right here go over there and pull the shit, and whenever it come back, it come back. That's what it is. Shit, Nisha, did it look like I was slow dragging with it? Ask the lady, go boom, 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 this what I need. It looks like it was a dismissal. Yeah, nigga, I wasn't playing, that was yesterday.
He been ducking this for about a year, so.
I don't know, so I said, bro, you ain't got to drive down there, just have to compare me with something. I know the shit way in Blight, that's the Arizona border, but shit, you know, you need to go get something. Something got to get pulled. They're attacking me with it. I don't know. I see it's the law, but I don't know if the law is retro. Meaning, we going back to this year. Because when I say, well, this law here, they say, well, whack, it was in 2011 or some shit, 12 some shit. So I can't tell if the law is retro or if it's just from 2021 only. So fuck it.
Yeah.
Can't let them go do it.
So
let him come back and come back. He got no reason to be mad. He didn't hesitate. He didn't try to like do what niggas do. Well, whack, let me holler at you. Nothing. Told him when the lady wanted. He said the shit. That's it.
I seen a video of that nigga saying he was going to the police academy, and all kids should go to the police academy.
I tell kids that all day, every day.
So is he really going to the police academy?
Who? 600?
Yeah, he said he was going.
I don't know. He might be too old. But shit. It wouldn't be a bad idea. Shit.
So what?
He already got a legal gun.
So according to Porky, if you have a legal gun, you should go join the police academy. Hilarious.
Got a legal gun. Huh?
So what, do you feel like you was finessed with that situation or not?
No, I feel like my team just didn't do their due diligence.
would have attacked your ego with it. Like I bet money that she ain't got no real paperwork on my man, and you would have been feeling like you really do. You would have been like, bet 50,000.
Bro, but this is the thing, right? Listen, all right, it cost them to a stacking piece, right? They put it back in the kitty. They put it back in the kitty. They put it back in the kitty. Which they ain't feeling it because, right now, we say they look going our own separate ways. Whatever the kitty is, we were divided by four of those people, right? But what it did do was establish it killed their credibility. Like y'all, whatever y'all talking about some paperwork.
All that shit.
No, we already did that because we went and poured the work. The real work, the real paper.
But I was talking about coming at you on a bet, knowing that the paperwork is already fabricated. He got a bet with you that you ain't got work on.
Martin Luther King would have stayed at a different hotel when he got killed that day.
See, it just was a different mind behind it.
What you talking about?
I heard what you said.
I didn't put too much into it because it's like we just call like, what up? They did this shit yesterday. The Lloyd Harvey shit. What they got? You know what? She lied to get into something. Yeah, let's get that. I mean, what did we see? Oh yeah, that shit clear as a motherfucker. Damn, nigga, she fucking this nigga. This shit crazy. All right, cool, yeah. Cause I know soon as her name pop, nigga.
This man say he got a video of Lori Harvey, my nigga.
Stop the cap. No voice.
Man say he had a tape on Lori Harvey.
Bro, I'm gonna get 5,000 for that all day.
Let me ask you, do you not trust 600 now? Because he lied to you?
No, it's not that I don't trust him, but I will, I'm gonna do my due diligence. I'm not gonna move as fast now when they call me. This is the first time that happened. Majority of the time it's them that's finding this shit. The shit that come to me, it just comes to me. You know what I'm saying? They be out there in the field finding shit. People call them or they know people or whatever. But, I just make them know, like, all right, next time do your due diligence because you know that, sometimes bro might over-exaggerate something. You know what I'm saying? And, I told him, bro, yeah. See, when you said your homie was on the yard with nigga, that's when you know that you talking to your homie and boom, boom, boom. He said, yeah, I feel that love, so I'm like, y'all gotta put that back. And that was it.
Wouldn't you think any man who would lie to you, who would say he was going to the police academy, you don't think that's
nothing wrong with the police academy, bro? What's wrong with
He's supposed to be enrolling 60, and he going to the police academy?
I got homies that Paul Bruce the police, bro.
But he a part of the exposers.
Okay, well, what's wrong?
Bro, this nigga, hey, he making a good point, bro. Like, y'all supposed to be so gangster, but you going to be the fucking police, bro? Like,
stop the cap.
Come on, bro. Y'all niggas,
No
this shit, bro. Like, it's like, bro, this shit, I never thought it would have came a time where it was like this in life, bro. Like, bro, it's like, it's a lot of weird shit going on in the world, bro. Like, you got gangster niggas trying to go to be the fucking police, bro. Like, I heard of bad police. I've heard of them. I heard of the bad police. But you in a gang and then you want to cross over and go to be a policeman. That's crazy.
Going to the police academy. I got homies. You know that shit they got. You know that clip they got. That clip they got with me talking to the sheriff in the hallway with Blueface being turned in. That's my homeboy.
Is he a part of the exposers?
That room over there called the Beehive. If it wasn't for him, the Beehive wouldn't exist. He was the homie that was pumping all the blood to 826 Supermax the wayside. Right? He was the one. He from the set. Right? So, that's my homeboy. I got like 3 homies that sheriffs and shit that work in the correctional facility. My nigga, like, y'all thing was crazy is y'all watch all these gangster movies and then y'all cut out.
Bro, that man said he a gangster. He walked 9 prison yards and his people is the police, my nigga. Come on, dog. Come on, bro.
The Mexicans been doing it. They got a whole motherfucking gang, nigga. Them Southsiders, nigga, they bump us up, take our guns, don't take us to jail, and what do you think they drop them off? Take them over there to the body of them.
One of the worst things you can be is a crooked cop. Well, that nigga gonna turn on you as soon as he gets.
I got a video, bro. That shit, it got a lot of views. I was laughing because Suge Knight told Reggie Wright Jr., he was like, man, he was like, you so dope. He said you was a deacon in the church. And then he said, you're so dope in the church. You so dope out of the church. And that shit was funny, but it's just like, bro, nigga ain't fucking with no crooked cop, bro. Like, bro, you got some bullshit going on. I was fucking with that little bitch. She was bad too, bro. But she was the, bro. I said, oh, nah, I can't fuck. I can't.
You the only nigga gonna go down for.
I can't fuck. Shoot.
These dudes we've been knowing 4, 5 years ago. We grew up together, bro. We all know each other's families, all that shit. Guess what? When I used to do these clubs and parties out here, you know what our niggas say? Why your shit don't get shut down? Because when the police pull up, they're met by off-duty police. They going, how y'all doing? They flash their badge. Y'all working here? We all do everything cool around here. All these gang members. And if they wasn't there, I'd have my homies in front. So when the police pulled up, they would start scattering. They're gonna run and then shit shut down and they go to jail. So I don't know how you plan it, but I'm gonna play it how I play it.
Yeah, we've been through that shit here in Baltimore. I know you've seen it all over the TV. We had a gun task force that we grew up with, that we knew.
I don't know nothing about that. I know I got
that's what I'm telling you.
And
as soon as shit popped off,
my nephew,
they threw all the niggas under the bus. The cops was good.
To go to the police academy and the military. Because guess what?
Straight cop. Yeah, as long as you're a straight cop, but don't be a crooked cop and think you get respect from the streets.
I don't know what you mean by crooked. Only thing I know is
Reggie Wright crooked.
Reggie Wright was never crooked. Why do you call him crooked? Reggie Wright was never a crooked cop.
Did nigga go to jail?
That nigga was a crooked cop. That's what Suge said. I just said the shit earlier, bruh. Reggie Wright was him and his motherfucking daddy.
Yeah, bro.
All this shit alleged, but yeah, him and his fucking daddy.
Right, but they killed 20 years after not being a cop.
Alright, we going to the next one. Hold on.
Over the past 120.
We'll go to
But then again, you know how the feds work. We don't care how many chickens or turkeys you pass out.
Yeah.
We don't care how many book bags you can pass out. What we care about is these wiretaps. We care about these confidential informants, and we care about your actions within the means of the law.
Welcome back to Scandalous Los Angeles TV, where we expose the exposers. Now that
hey, bro, this the go-to channel, bro. This the go-to channel, big dog.
the feds have Big U in custody and reveal details about Operation Drawdown. Everything CS2 back has been doing over the past few years starts to make sense. CS2 back strategically gave a platform to Cannon, allowing him to air out personal grievances and ultimately incriminate both himself and Big U, helping the feds build a case and seal a conviction. But it wasn't just CS2 back who played a role in this. Adam 22 was also used as part of this larger scheme. By giving a voice to CS2 back, the federal informant, and allowing individuals like Loose Cannon to speak freely on his platform, Adam has become a useful asset in this federal operation. I'm also going to show you how the feds actually lied for Adam in this affidavit, covering up certain details to protect him while they used him to further their case. The connections and manipulation go deeper than many realize. In this episode, we're going to take a closer look at the videos featured in the Fed's affidavit and break down the crucial role that Porky played in helping the authorities with their investigation. We'll revisit the events and explore how his involvement helped shape the case against Big U. So we'll start here. Henley directs a robbery of and conspires to rob, and Robinson and Williams personally rob a marijuana dispensary at gunpoint.
One such robbery occurred on July 5th, 2021, at an unlicensed marijuana dispensary in Los Angeles, where victim 1 worked. Leading up to the robbery,
this one where they were reading. I'm playing another one. Same channel.
Okay, so you got a couple
I'm trying to get to 2 hours.
along the way.
We're gonna do got 30 more minutes.
Attempted murders.
Trying to get to 2 hours.
Like all my whole record was violence.
In there, you just really don't understand how that inner city.
We don't fuck with, listen, dog. Listen, the only police we fuck with is the crooked police, is power rule, the Crips, is gang members, that niggas don't know they gang members. We fuck with them police, them the homies. Yeah. They do everything we need to do. It's a lot of them out here, you know, they'll pull a nigga over and take it with me, take that. Them the police we fuck with. So we fuck with police.
Welcome back to Scandalous Los Angeles TV, where we expose the exposers. Porky has really outdone himself this time. Reggie Wright and John over at Bomb First tried to help him, but somehow he still managed to throw himself under the bus. Just like every other time, we've caught Porky in another lie, and this time, it's serious. Today, we're about to prove that he really did go to jail. He really was picked up and brought in for questioning. Now, if you know Porky like we do, then you already know. He lies so much. We can't just focus on just this one. Before we even get into the jail, we have to touch on some of the other lies he's told recently. I won't take too long on it, but let's go back to that story he told about being CK Whack and how that persona supposedly came to life in Soledad.
Damn, son.
I went to reception and they put me
Damn, son.
And I think at that point is when my penitentiary training started.
Damn, son.
Times. The good thing about Baby Wayne was a knockout artist. And when you're a young power ruler in the cell with a G homie, you're gonna fight at least 3-4 times a week just because. So, he kind of got me strong with my push-up game, my physical game, and he made me squat with him every day, almost. So by the time I left here, I hit Soledad. And Soledad was really, that was the birth. That was the birth of CK Whack. When I hit that yard.
CK stands for
Crip Killer. See, I was Lil Whack. From there, I went to CK Whack.
According to Porky, he left Delano State Prison and was transferred to Soledad. And that's where the name CK Whack was born. The only problem with that is that in a separate interview from 8 years ago, Porky said he went straight to Soledad when he first hit the penitentiary at 16 years old.
Where the trucking business came from, I went to the pen service, I was the first juvenile to actually go to California State Penitentiary at 16.
Stop the cap. No voice.
I'm in Soledad, so at 16, I'm in Soledad State Penitentiary. So from 16 to 22, I run through like 7 different prisons.
You're 19 years old? You get out?
Yeah, I'm like 19. I do probably like 2.5, 3 years of solitary confinement time,
Porky just claimed he was the first minor in the California prison system, being sent to Soledad at just 16 years old. But now, listen to this old interview with Vlad. In this one, Porky clearly says he went to Delano at 16, and that Delano was his first prison. So, which one is it? Soledad or Delano?
The prison was.
Stop the cap. No voice.
They left LA County Jail and picked me up from Central Juvenile Hall and took me straight to Delano State Penitentiary.
Now you see right here, look, let me show you. The first one, it was admitted offender with new AOJ. That's
No, we heard this earlier, but they going back over this shit. Like,
adult offender juvenile. Okay?
This is your first entrance into the system.
That's your first entrance into the system. He went to North Carolina State Prison, NKSP. Now, cause see, he likes to play games. So you gotta understand, North Carolina State Prison is Delano, okay? That's old Delano. They have a new Delano, which is a level 4, okay?
The prison bus.
oh, damn, it is the same one. My bad.
Pulled in the Central Juvenile Home.
I'm going to
on the
start
West LA County Jail and picked me up from Central Juvenile Hall and took me straight to Delano State Penitentiary.
He'll try to say, I went to Delano to make you think you've been a higher level.
I think they got a new
He was at
video.
reception, right?
We're going to Starsnitch now, y'all.
The next prison he
Starsnitch.
went to was SADF, Substance Abuse Treatment Facility.
What's for dinner?
Well, the game went into overtime, so now everyone's a little bit hangry. Plus, we have home.
Secret obsessions. He mentioned whispers about strange rituals and even brought up the name. Or Tubi, that's cold. Now, some folks might say Cat's being too harsh, but when you stack up the receipts.
All right, we're going to Starsnitch, y'all. I'm trying to go all the way to the beginning.
Just saying, it's a crazy time. You can't afford not to like black people. You don't like black people enough, you can become one yourself. I'm not the only black man with a bunch of mug shots.
Right.
Here's some young ones that come.
Yeah.
That'll do what you want.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna tell me I'm independent. I pay my bill. I pay the cost to be the boss. You the boss by yourself.
ESPN confirming to NBC it's cutting ties with its NFL commentator Shannon Sharpe. The move coming after Sharpe, of course, the Hall of Fame tight end, settled a lawsuit accusing him of sexual assault and battery.
Very grateful for that. But I just wish, of all things, like I said, they did what they felt they needed to do, and I'm at peace with that. But I just wish, guys, this thing could have waited until Monday.
Cat Williams just went off on Shannon Sharpe. And trust, he didn't hold back. After ESPN dropped Shannon like a bad habit, Cat is making it clear he's not shedding a single tear.
Hold on, y'all. We ain't gonna do that one. We're gonna do another one. I think that's that live shit. We're gonna do another shit. Let me see. Jason Lee shit. Damn. Let me see. That'll take me into 2 hours. Jason Lee's private videos. Nah, I think I seen we did that. Jason Lee went too far. Lee sensitive videos. Yeah, they got 2 videos about this shit. Hold on. Let me see. Let me go to Petty Show and see what they got. Petty Show be having some shit. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, they got this. 50 Cent exposes Lil Baby humiliation. Oh yeah, I think we did watch that shit. But let's do the Shannon Sharpe shit. Shannon Sharpe threatened to expose ESPN executives after they fired him. I would definitely like to hear that shit.
Gotta get to some breaking news out of the sports world now. ESPN confirmed to NBC it's cutting ties. Settled a lawsuit accusing him of sexual assault and battery.
I think Shannon just did a ditty. He settled.
Shannon Sharpe's name was wiped from ESPN's talent page, just gone. And by that same week, a $50 million lawsuit had already been sealed behind closed doors. But what ESPN didn't count on was Shannon fighting back. Because now, the man they tried to erase is threatening to expose everything, from sealed settlements to secret recordings and execs who ghosted him before his brother's biggest night. And here's what no one wants to say. There was no trial, no guilty verdict, just a settlement and a vanishing act. But this isn't just about a firing. Insiders are saying Shannon saw things inside ESPN, things they were willing to bury. And now he's teasing receipts because what he hasn't said out loud might be the thing ESPN fears the most. Shannon Sharpe had the whole world eating out the palm of his hand. He walked away from FS1's Undisputed like a boss, left Skip Bayless in the dust, and had people clapping when he slid over to First Take on ESPN. The link up with Stephen A. Smith was iconic. It felt like redemption. Like finally, this man was about to get the spotlight he actually deserved, without all the messy side-eye energy from Skip. But fast forward just a few months.
That's crazy, bro. Like they put that shit so intricately. They was like, nigga, you left FX Sports like a G. You was like, I'm out of here. Give me my money and I'm out. Slid up on ESPN, all the top look, you know what I'm saying? You had the biggest we gotta salute you for this. Shannon Sharp, you had the biggest interview on YouTube ever in history. I mean, hey, bro.
And suddenly, Shannon's name disappears. They didn't even say goodbye. Just erased him like he never mattered. Now here's where it gets weird. Because before that quiet cut, there was a storm brewing. On April 2025, a woman filed a $50 million civil lawsuit against Shannon. Not criminal, but the claims were heavy. She said Shannon assaulted her, manipulated her, emotionally abused her. She claimed she had audio, receipts. It wasn't just messy, it was career killing if it stuck. Now, Shannon didn't hide. He jumped on his podcast and straight up called it a shakedown.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this is right.
He said the relationship was messy, yes, but it was mutual, consensual, complicated, not criminal.
That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I will myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day.
Hey, I'm doing good, Kingston. I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. Everything.
But while he was talking, ESPN was quiet, like awkwardly quiet. They didn't back him, they didn't suspend him, they didn't even say his name. He just kind of faded out. But Shannon wasn't staying silent, he was suing back.
Gabby and Tony Buzzard want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys.
But the real plot twist is that the case never even went to trial. 3 months later, it's suddenly settled behind closed doors.
Did they say how much he settled for?
They have not said how much he settled for, but if you guys remember in the beginning, Tony Busby had let us know that there was like $10 million offered when they were having a settlement conversation, and then Shannon Sharp's attorney came out and mentioned that they offered a good amount of money because they were trying to keep the intimate details of this whole thing, contained. Yes, private or contained.
Just like that. No media frenzy, no courtroom drama.
I just feel like, man, you too old. You know what I'm saying? You too old to be doing these type of things, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like right now, you'll never catch me with no young ass girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm on. And then I'm not really trying to mess with YT women like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, YT women like that. You know what I mean? Just to save my space, you know? Save my space.
No actual accountability, just a sealed deal. The court dismissed it with prejudice, which basically means nobody's allowed to bring it up legally again. But we know this must have been costly for him and hurt his pockets.
She asked for 50, what do you think?
I heard it was 15 million. 15? I heard allegedly, I had heard the street saying that he had sold some of his podcasts, they did podcast shares company to cash out.
Wow.
So she's part owner now? Well, he did like to role play with them. I'm not allowed on his page, he blocked me.
But settling only made Shannon look guiltier, and DJ Academics has some advice for him.
I think Shannon just did a Diddy mistake. He settled. And I'm gonna tell anybody who gets to that Shannon level, you gotta start banking on your audience.
That's real though.
I think you did none of that bullshit, bro.
And if you thought
that's real. I mean, I don't agree with everything DJ Academics done did. But DJ Academics done came to the light. Hey, what's on? Yeah, DJ Academics done came to the light. But you know, I mean, shit. I understand what he's saying.
This moment crossed the line.
Nigga, when Diddy dropped that lawsuit. Well, when Cassie dropped the lawsuit. and he paid her in 24 hours. Hey, it went. That shit went crazy, dog.
Completely. Not even 24 hours before Shannon's older brother Sterling was set to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, like literally the biggest moment of their family's life. That's when ESPN decided to drop the axe. Let that sink in.
ESPN done with Shannon Sharpe after Bombshell. $50 million hour.
Zero helps me take my business anywhere I want.
$50 million hour lawsuit.
So you gotta remember, dog, that's Disney, bro. Like, Disney, you know what I'm saying? They got certain protocols that you have to, adhere to if you're working for their company. And if certain things come out about you, especially in a lawsuit that's like worldwide, everybody's gonna be able to see it. We can't back you on that. That's the way Disney thinks.
What was the 19-year-old girl? Some story, 19, 20, 21-year-old girl. Something happened with the girl. She was a 19 or 20-year-old girl that he was hooking up with, or something happened.
Shannon begged them to wait. That's all he asked for. But no, they dumped the news right before the ceremony, knowing full well the headlines would drown out the gold jacket moment they waited decades for. Now, if you think that was just bad timing, think again. That was personal. He talked about it on Nightcap, voice cracking. You hurt. He said,
To get started, obviously, I'm sure everybody's heard the news by now that I will not be returning to ESPN. I found out this information a little earlier in the week.
And then it's crazy, like, you kind of feel bad for the man, because, he got his way. He liked what he liked, but you feel bad for him because he lost what he lost. He lost what he lost because he liked what he liked. That's crazy.
And really, the only thing that I really ask is, like, guys, could we wait until Monday?
What made it hurt worse? It all happened while his brother was preparing for the biggest night of his life.
My brother's going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I really wanted to be about him, and I wanted to be about my family. I know this coming out will overshadow everything that he's worked his entire life for. And unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. And so, as I told him, as I profusely apologized to him earlier today, he said, bro, stop apologizing. You don't have to apologize.
He's not angry with their decision.
I really enjoyed my time at ESPN. It gave me an opportunity to bring my audience that saw me really just grow. They saw me, Lakers in 5, and they saw me say all these analogies that my grandparents gave me, and I was able to bring that to ESPN. So I'm very, very grateful for that. But I just wished, of all things, like I said, hey, they did what they felt they needed to do, and I'm at peace with that. But I just wish, guys, this thing could have waited until Monday.
He only feels sorry for his brother.
I'm sorry that I upstaged you in this manner. That was never my intent. You've been my hero. You've been my role model from as long as I can remember. And I apologize, and I thank all my fans for supporting me.
But ESPN didn't care. And just when people were still trying to figure out what happened, another bomb.
Yeah, that is crazy. It's like ESPN was like, nigga, we don't give a fuck about your brother being in that goddamn getting no gold jacket, nigga. We don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Fuck a Hall of Fame, nigga.
Drops. Front Office Sports reports that years ago, while Shannon was still at FS1, there was another incident. A female staffer accused him of choking her. It never made headlines back then because it was handled quietly. No loss.
Damn, this nigga choking. He choking bitches out here. This nigga choking.
Police. Just a private settlement for what people say was hundreds of thousands. Shannon's team said it was playful. But come on, this ain't flag football. So now, back-to-back situations. One fresh, one old. ESPN execs are spooked, and suddenly that silence starts looking real strategic. And let's not forget about Michelle Evans either, but not the Michelle that Shannon was thirsting over on IG Live. This is a different Michelle.
Hey, Michelle, how you doing?
Oh, hanging in there.
You were thrown into a sex tape ordeal. I've spoken to sources that were close to Shannon Sharpe. I guess he was trying to dispel the gay rumors. Do you feel like that recording of him going live was real, or do you feel like he just used your name since he was with you for 10 plus years?
It's triggering. You gotta remember this was a very sensitive subject.
the last time I saw him, he hated me.
But here's the thing. When the allegations dropped in April, ESPN didn't say a word. Shannon was still listed on the site like nothing happened. In fact, it was other companies that took things on their hands first. Stephen A. Smith had to get on his podcast and admit that he personally talked to Disney's big boss. So why now? Why would ESPN fire him after the case is settled? If they were going to support him during the storm, why ghost him when the rain stops? Because they were never supporting him. They were just waiting for the heat to die down before they made their move. And they made sure to make it clean. No messy PR, no internal leaks, just a soft scrub and a website update like he was never there. But here's the wildest part. They thought Shannon was just gonna let it slide. They thought he'd disappear quietly, take his money, take his bruises, and move on. But instead, Shannon's out on a podcast, teasing like he's got receipts, like he's got stories. And baby, if he spills, it might not just be ESPN scrambling. Because he's not just mad, he's insulted. They cut him off like he didn't build their ratings. Now he's talking like someone with nothing left to protect. And that makes him very dangerous. Because what he's hinting at could take down more than just one executive. And firing Shannon wasn't just about a lawsuit. It wasn't even really about the allegations. It was about keeping secrets buried, especially the ones Shannon might have seen. Let's not forget, this is a man who spent decades in locker rooms, boardrooms, and behind-the-scenes studios. He's not just a football player turned talking head. He's an insider. He's seen the power moves, the manipulation, the favoritism, the double standards. He knows where the bodies are buried. Shannon's always been strategic. When he fought to get out of his FS1 contract with...
Hey, y'all go follow Nightcap, too. Nightcap, man, bruh, they talk about, they got good content on sports. Shannon Sharp, check him out, man. He got some good stuff, bro. Like, he even had a joke the other night about his finances, and you know, I did a little short about it.
Skip Bayless, he knew he had bigger plans. He walked straight into ESPN's arms and ratings shot up. But what most people don't know is that undisputed breakup wasn't just personal, it was a red flag. A preview of what Shannon was no longer willing to tolerate from powerful white executives who think they can manage, muzzle, and mold strong black voices. And if ESPN thought they could do him the same way Skip did, that was their first mistake. Because here's what fans started noticing. Shannon's been dropping hints for months. And Shannon's not even the first big name ESPN let go under messy circumstances. Let's talk about it. Jameli Hill was fired for speaking out about racism and calling out Trump. Michelle Beadle was pushed out for clashing with executives over NBA coverage.
This business for 20 plus years. I've been treated poorly a couple times. This didn't feel good. I'm not gonna lie.
Mark Jackson was allegedly iced out after he took a moral stance behind the scenes. You seeing it yet? Because the moment someone becomes too opinionated, too powerful, too loud, especially when they're black, they suddenly get cut loose, and his supporters, they're already calling it racism. They did this to him because he is black. Let that sink in. And Shannon, he's way more than just opinionated. He was uncontrollable. Which brings us to the part ESPN doesn't want you to know. Word on the street is ESPN didn't just randomly wake up and fire Shannon. They waited until that lawsuit was wrapped so they wouldn't have to deal with the legal mess. And maybe so he couldn't start running his mouth while still cashing their checks. Because according to people behind the scenes, Shannon had already started poking around, asking who gets protected in the building and who gets thrown under the bus. Now, none of this is confirmed, but the whispers are wild. Allegedly, he saw black analysts being quietly swapped out for safe faces, execs moving funny with women, and certain scandals getting swept under the rug before the public ever caught wind. Shannon wasn't just showing up for the cameras, he was in the meetings, in the negotiations, watching producers kill segments the second things got too real. And here's the part that had people side-eyeing. When that lawsuit hit, fans thought Stephen A. Smith was going to ride for Shannon. Instead, he gave the most lukewarm, PR-sounding response ever. Almost like he was told exactly what to say. That's when Shannon knew. Nobody at ESPN was going to stick their neck out for him. But here's the twist. He didn't even need them. Club Shay Shay was already pulling millions of views, Nightcap with Chad Ochocinco was going crazy, and the streets say there was a 100 million podcast deal on the table before the lawsuit. There's even talk Amazon and YouTube have been sniffing around his brand for months. Now ESPN's biggest fear, that Shannon decides to spill, because apparently he's been in the rooms, heard the conversations, and seen the stuff they'll do anything to keep quiet, from alleged racial bias to exec scandals that never made the headlines. And if he ever goes there, woo! Some say he's even thinking about launching his own black-owned sports media empire. Part sports talk, part culture, part chaos, all with full creative control. Which means ESPN could end up competing against the very man they tried to erase. The lawsuit's over, but the drama? Oh, it's just getting started. And now that Shannon's free, he's not waiting for their mic. He's already got his own.
I I'm trying to get to 2 hours, so I got
Me?
a little bit more to go.
Yeah, it's too short.
Give me a second.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a little bit of second. Yeah. We'll play the rest of this. Nah, we ain't gonna play the rest of it. We're gonna play a little bit until we get to 2 hours, and then I'll finish soon.
Welcome back to Scandalous Los Angeles TV, where we expose the exposers. The other day, Reggie and John down there at Bond first invited Don from the Dossier podcast and former FBI agent Phil Carson back onto their panel for a follow-up discussion of some sort, and of course it went left. I'm not sure why Reggie was bold enough to bring Phil Carson back on his panel. The first time Reggie brought him on his show, Carson ended up exposing Reggie's listeners to the fact that Reggie was a 137 source informant for the FBI. Well, this time, Phil is able to get Reggie to arrogantly admit that he helped the FBI put former Compton Mayor Omar Bradley behind bars. Once again, Reggie reminds all of us just who his loyalty lies with. For some reason in today's world, an informant of this magnitude is ignored by a lot of people and welcomed with open arms. People should make no mistake when it comes to Reggie Wright. He is unlike any individual that you have ever come across. Marion Knight entrusted him, and we see where he is today. Let's not mention Marion's entourage. We all saw what happened to them. Everybody except Reggie, he never had one shot sent his way. Even though Buntry was murdered in a car that was in Reggie's name, no one has ever managed to shoot a single shot at Reggie himself. He's been a suspect in multiple murders, including 2 of the highest profile murders in the history of the United States, Tupac Shakur and Christopher Wallace. Not only has he been a suspect in these murders, he's managed to be an informant at the exact same time for the exact same crime. This is the man responsible for CS2 back.
Okay, so that's that. For those of y'all that want to, we just try to give y'all information on current events that's going on, and I think Phil did a great job. Before we get into the Reggie and the Phil and Reggie Van Phil Smith and all of that, and all of this, we'll try to take some more decent and mature questions from Phil while we got somebody that really knows this stuff with Don. We'd like to deal with them and ask them questions, and then we can deal with all you trolls.
You know what? I want to clear one thing up though really quickly. I actually thought about that real simple. First of all, Russ Poole was a 137 confidential informant of mine at the FBI.
Okay.
Without question. Okay, I can speak about that because he's no longer with us. He passed away in like 2015. It's a standard practice of the FBI, and it's one of the reasons why we oftentimes have very good relationships with informants, and people feel comfortable and safe coming to talk to us and provide information, is because back in the day, there were 2 kinds of sources. One was a 270 source, that was a qualification, and that's somebody that has something that they're trying to work off. Let's say, I arrested a guy on drug trafficking or bank robbery or whatever the case may be, and he now realizes he's up shit creek and he wants to cooperate, and he's willing to testify. That would be a mandatory requirement for him to be opened up as a 270 source. He has to be willing to testify. Okay, that's somebody that can get disclosed to the court, and we will put him up on a witness stand if we have to have him testify in a trial. The other kind of source is what they call a 137. That is somebody that we will not disclose. We would not disclose that to a judge, and we keep that very private. We don't use their name in reports, but we basically we treat them the same in terms of when we get information from them.
Alright, y'all, what's up? Y'all kicking me in the Karma Cafe. I want y'all to like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, man. Hey, y'all show me a little bit of love. Because we just doing it for the culture. We're doing it for the culture. So, hey, at the end of the day, this is one of my good lives, joke live, Hey. Yeah. But at the end of the day, man, you know, I'm just gonna just ride it on out. I'm just trying to get to 2 hours, a couple of seconds. I'm about to stop it. I'll come back and check me out. Peace and one.